Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Friday, the 29th of July, 2016. I'm sure everyone's very busy trading today with what do we call it? An unspecified time for a major economic release. So everyone was just sitting there watching, waiting. We've got some very interesting price action. There were a few opportunities this morning. There were just a couple of little points I'd like to show you about the morning's price action. Got lines everywhere on today's chart. This is a 15-minute chart. I'm sure you've all seen the hourly charts that I post in the morning. They're quite general of nature. We've got kind of an ascending wedge or a really broad trend channel, a trend channel, upward sloping trend channel. But you get a little bit deeper into the specifics. It was something that I was looking at this morning, trying to work out a level, and I was looking at these highs here. Let me just put an arrow on that so it's easier to read. I was looking at these highs here and this trend here, this point, and maybe getting up to here. I bought at the open and I suffered a little bit of pain holding through this area. I finally shut it down for -1 tick. I thought we might just hold below this price action and move down. And as the day progresses, you start to see more and more what's going on and what it's doing. Like as it inevitably does, I shut it down for -1 tick, and it shot through and gave me, a dozen ticks or something, and I missed it. Okay, no big deal. I tried to short at the highs here. Look, I shut it down and I took a loss. I finally got a little 1-minute fractal at the top there. I took a punt. I had a feeling because we've got high. So I've taken a punt up here, and it paid off for me. I took it out at 5 ticks. It ended up going whatever. Like where are we? 25 here to 8. So it ended up going what's that? 15, 17 ticks. Kicking yourself, and it's always like that. The days you decide to hold, it runs, and the days you decide to cut your losses, it turns your direction. It's wash and rinse stuff, and it happens all the time. It's part and parcel of it. Now, what I'm really interested in is what I wanted to show you is this is the day before, like cutting out the overnight price action, and here again on the day before that. So we've got here's Friday, here's Thursday, and here's Wednesday. I'll just put the vertical line in there so you guys can see it as well. I want to make this a short session today because I want to pay attention, and I want to go to the gym and do things just like everyone else. But this is a 15-minute chart. We've got a fractal that formed straight after the open on Wednesday, and look what it did yesterday. The same. Look, I used to always have a chart that just cut out all the overnight price action and just showed the session, because this happens all the time. It's very useful if your program does it. Mine at the moment doesn't do it. This is obviously investing.com charts. So we've seen a point there, and in the morning it did that. It broke through, had a shot, didn't like it, and it butted up against this all day yesterday. So look, I've only just noticed that myself, and there's another lesson for me and everyone else as well. This is the sort of thing you've got to look for. You've got to keep looking at your charts, chop them up, change them, look at them different ways, and eventually something will present itself. And the more you do that, and the more time you spend looking at them and chopping them around and looking at different aspects of the trading day and so forth, the more you'll see these little things. And the bottom of this little trading range here that's been happening all morning was, of course, this little gap close here from overnight. Okay, it's just one of the major charting features where it works all the time. So there's your little point there, and guess where it was fractaling in between, just ranging in between those 2 points, 20 to 10 tick fractal. How many trades are there in that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as many as you want. Okay. So these are the kinds of things that you need to kind of notice, and as it's come through, bam. Right. So I've done a couple of trades this morning that I was short here as it came down, came back, tested. I took a short there, and it's blasted through. Right. I had a stop in, thank God, and I lost 5 ticks or something, but I've entered it again here, and I've taken this whole run down here, which was very, very lucky. The news came out just after. We didn't know when the news was going to be, so you had to be very wary and made sure you put a stop in. Okay, so right now, with the different charts you look at are going to show you different things. Like this level through here, it's been a level for a little while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through here, 6. So on another chart, it looks like it's broken out, come back and tested it, but these don't show that. They show quite a long spike through that level after the Japanese news. You know, the market's obviously a bit disappointed about what the Japanese have done. They haven't anywhere eased as much as they thought they would. That's my impression at the moment, just my first impression. Let's hold on to this. I took it as it came down and retested. I've taken another short here, so I'm kind of break even on that at the moment. It's just hovering around. I've got a feeling it's not looking very bullish, and being a Friday, low liquidity as well. Being a Friday, if the buyers dry up, we could just drain and start to see these lower levels here. Where did I put all that? Put a lot of the horizontal lines in. I don't know. Maybe I erased them. I'm not sure. Anyway, ultimately the area I'm looking at is where are we? I have to find it for you guys because I think it's really useful to have a look at. Well, let's just say here. There's the base of this move here, which is on this chart 54.33, around the 54.30 sort of mark, and then the gap close here, and obviously every point on the way down. This one, and then this one, and then support resistance here, and then support resistance here. So I mean, this could be the start of the breakdown of this large move. So you kind of want to. I've been talking about it for days. You know, like you want to take your opportunities to get short if you can, and just leave something in so you're the first in. If that day's the day, today could be it. We're not seeing any real signs of it. Or having said that, there's a little bit of a rounded top here. That may be the start of it. Having said that, it was a Friday with low liquidity with an uncertain news item coming out, so I couldn't imagine too many traders wanting to push it up. But no, it can go up as easily as it can go down in low liquidity, as long as it just starts to get a run on and people just go and follow it and jump in. You know, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so right now mine are starting to come into the money. Those positions I've put on. Look, I did something I probably tell people not to do, and I probably tell myself not to do, which is, you know, put your stops in. Don't change the terms of your trade after you've put the trade on. I held on without putting a stop in. I shouldn't have done that, but I've been very lucky. It's come back in now. For a couple of reasons. It's because I have a feeling that there might be a little bit of a breakdown in price. We're sitting right on a support level here. Let's see if it busts through. It's already shown a willingness to go through, so you know you can read anything. You can chop it up any way you like. You can say, oh, it's rejected, or you can say it's willing to go through. You know, it's up to you. Okay. Look, I only want to do a short one today, and I'm going to leave you with it. And I'll leave everyone to examine this price action themselves. And let's see if we can get some of these lower levels. You know, that's what I'm interested in. Obviously, this one's something I've been talking about for days, 54.15, and then obviously the big figure, 400. So I mean, there's a 100 tick move there. Let's find it. You know, on the longer level charts, we'll be looking at that over the next couple of weeks, I guess, next few days. If we get a breakout and a retest, we'll be looking at these lower levels here. Or conversely, it could break out on the upside. If you've looked at my morning charts, you'll see that there's a possibility of that. We could see higher levels. I don't know. Nobody knows. We'll see when it happens. And we'll trade what we see. We'll trade it as it happens. That's my style. That's my technique. It's trading live price action. It's coming to an understanding, telling yourself the story of the day, and that's what I'd like you guys to see. I'd like you to take that away from what I'm showing you. Good luck, everyone. Let's catch up again next week, and have a nice weekend.